the students are Italian or Russian.
Okay.
So also for them, the English is not the mother language, and also people connected from home is probably not for foreign people, so they are Italian. So don't worry.
All right.
You know, for Italians, the Spanish English is very similar to Italian English, so we can understand everything.
Show my profile. I want to change the aspect.
So in the meantime, Sílvia, I will ask you to then, if you can send me the PDF of the presentation.
The presentation, of
course.
So
I can share with the students, and also we will record this webinar because we have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
As the Mountain University here, the University of Milan, and we will share your webinar also for all the people that is connected to our network that would like to take a look. There are several students in Milano. Now we are at the moment in Edolo in the mountains that would like to follow your seminar, but they have a class this morning in Milano. So I told them that they can anyway
no problem.
see it after on the YouTube channel. So okay.
Perfect.
Another couple of minutes waiting for people connecting, then we will start in okay. You can share, yes. The screen, yes. As you prefer. You checked, you already checked? Yeah. Yes.
Sharing is not turned on.
Alessia Nicola, okay, it's arriving. The authorization is arriving, Sílvia.
Okay.
Try it.
Just a second. I try it again.
No.
One. We did it before. Don't send. Share.
Okay.
Can you see now?
Yes, it's starting. Yes, exactly.
Beginning. Okay. No, this is because I had it open.
There's something. There's something that I don't know what happens. Yes, there is some exactly this one and also this one. What happens? Can you remove them?
Me?
Yes,
I see my presentation. Don't you see it?
We see two black square on your presentation. È roba nostra?
Square?
Alessia? No?
I'll do it again, just a second. Share. Do you see my presentation okay now?
Yes, okay, now it's okay. Now it's okay.
Right. All right.
The black square disappeared.
Okay.
Okay. So it's, yes, 35, we can start. So good morning, everybody. We can record. Is this the recording? Okay. Good morning to everybody. It's really a great pleasure for me to have here Sílvia Marty. Sílvia Marty is a communication manager of the Girona Greenways Consortium. I know Sílvia from a lot of years, only because I am old, only for this reason. And
also I am, Giulio.
The Girona Consortium is part of the European Greenways Association from the early beginning. So for this reason, we meet several times. We are preparing together. Sílvia is also a member as a representative of the Girona Consortium of the Steering Committee of the European Greenways Association. We are preparing the European Greenways Award that will be in the 8th, 9th of October in very close to Bilbao. I say Bilbao, but it's in the surrounding of Bilbao. And I invited Sílvia to share with us the experience they have in Girona, because it is, in my opinion, one of the more interesting European experience. They start from then Sílvia will tell you, but they start from improving Vías Verdes, a greenway on abandoned railway line, and they arrive to improve a network, a complete network of soft mobility path dedicated almost to both to cyclists but also to pedestrians. They have a network of monitoring with automatic counters how many people use the network. And it is also interesting for us to see this connection from the sea to the mountains, because they are close to the sea, but they have also Pyrenees mountains. So it's a sort of connecting the mountain to the sea. Here we are in my students here in Edro, they are from a Master of Science in development of mountain areas, sustainable development of mountain areas. So we are interested in improving activities like the one in Girona, so improving active tourism in mountain areas because they are fragile, and active tourism is one of the typology of sustainable tourism that we would like to improve. So thanks again, Sílvia. We will ask you after the presentation if there are some questions. We will ask to you. Okay, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Giulio. Thanks to you for invite me and have think in Girona Greenways. One part of this presentation, I am going to talk that right now we manage not only greenways. So I'm going to have a small traveling of 20 years of our work in the consortium. You have introduced me, so now I'm going to introduce the consortium. Wow. I have the notifications of the persons who want to enter to the waiting room. Must I admit them?
We will do it. We will manage. Don't worry. We will manage it.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to introduce, first of all, the consortium. The Girona Greenways Consortium is like a local administration. We have several socios. Oh, I begin. Well, we are managed with the Girona province, all the municipalities of where we have greenways or other cycling or walking routes. And in this first slide, I have write our budget. In these 20 years of working, well, now 22, because the consortium was created 22 years before. In these years, we have increased a lot the budget. So now, for example, we have an own budget of 2.5 million euros, and this year more than 4 million euros of fundings, external fundings. This was not the situation 10 years before, or especially 20 years before. For example, when we begin, I have been working in the consortium for near 20 years. When I begin as a communication officer, I have no budget. The manager at this moment says, the budget is your salary. So these numbers you see here is numbers actually after 20 years working, okay? We also have collaboration of the government in Catalonia, the government in Spain, and many European resources, especially the last 10 years. The organization, the consortium, has two or three, now three, General Assembly every year and several commissions of the Executive Committee. What are our purpose? Why we exist? What we do? Especially maintenance and improvement of the infrastructure. Also promotion and communication, and a third and very special purpose is we work for extending the network. That's why I'm going to explain now that 20 years ago we begin managing about 100 kilometers of only greenways, and now we manage more than 500 kilometers of different types of cycling routes and mostly walking routes also. These three slides of maintenance, this one of promotion, and this one of touring services, I will talk after. If I don't remember, Giulio, you remember me, okay? Because now
Okay.
okay, because now I want to introduce Girona province. I don't know if all the students and all the people who's attending this meeting know where Girona is and how Girona is as a territory. Girona is a small territory. I asked to ChatGPT this week for the comparison of a territory similar in Italy. And ChatGPT says that Girona is a quarter of La Toscana. Okay? Is this a good comparison for you, Giulio?
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Because it's a comparison.
Good comparison.
Yes, with another cycling territory and also a territory that has many additional questions to know, to discover. So you have here the extension. Not a lot of inhabitants, you see, less than
Sílvia, sorry, we cannot hear you because you have mute your microphone. Okay.
I have done nothing but
I don't know what happens, but if you can, we will arrive to more or less than 1 million inhabitants. Then if you can go on from there.
No, not 1 million.
No, less than 800,000.
Yes. Okay. And Girona city, that's the biggest city, the capital. We have 100,000, and Girona is composed of 221 municipalities, most of them with very few inhabitants, some of them including with less than 300 inhabitants. So we have not big cities, okay? To give you an idea of the character of Girona, our territory. The geographical diversity. 20 years ago, as all Spain, Girona was known for the Costa Brava, for the sea. You have heard the expression the sun in Spain, so also the sun in Catalonia, and Costa Brava is very famous. We collaborate with another entity called Patronato de Turismo. In English is like a tourism board. This tourism board of Girona Costa Brava has been working during many years to promote not only Costa Brava, and they begin to promote also Girona Pyrenees. We are in the northeast of Spain. We have the Pyrenees on the north, the Mediterranean coast sea on the east, Barcelona on the south, and rest of Spain in the west. Okay? And during many years, we have talked about from Pyrenees to Costa Brava. This was our first work. We begin 20 years ago managing 110 kilometers of greenways connecting the Pyrenees with the Costa Brava. But during these 20 years, we have worked for extend the network. And for me, it's very important the work to give a special focus of the territories between Pyrenees and Costa Brava. So develop all Girona province, not only the principal tourism attraction. I think this is a goal of greenways and cycling routes in all territories. I imagine it's the same in Italy and the same in all Europe. The question is that this kind of routes, this kind of path, give the possibility to the territory to be economically developed in everywhere. All right? Giulio, if you want to ask me something, you can stop me, okay?
Okay, don't worry. No, so I take the occasion to ask you a question because, you know, as I told you, you are in mountains, so it is very interesting for us, this connection from the early beginning, connecting Pyrenees to the Costa Brava. But you spoke about the municipalities. You have huge amount of municipalities like in Italy, and you told us that a lot of them are very small in sense of population, 300 inhabitants. So it is
Yes.
typical of your mountain, I suppose. So going down close to the seaside or to Girona, you have bigger municipalities, but
Yes.
the smallest one are on the mountains. Is correct?
Exactly.
Okay, like in our situation.
From
Okay.
Girona to the sea, the municipalities are bigger, with more inhabitants. Also, with most of tourism services. The question was 20 years ago, when we begin to work, all the tourism services was located close to Girona, the capital, and close to the sea, where the tourism was on the top. And greenways give the opportunity to the small territories to develop also tourism services and to receive tourism. For me, this is the top of the goal of our initial greenways. Yes, developing this mountain territory and the inside territory. I don't know if you
Yes, it's
understand
clear.
what I say,
Yes, yes.
inside territory.
Yes,
Yes?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
To develop this piece, not this, not the coast. Okay? And we have a diversity of landscape, because, for example, we have 5 protected natural islands. You can visit volcanoes. We have an area with 40 sleeping volcanoes. You can dive in Medes Islands, also a protected area. You can ski in the Pyrenees in 100 kilometers in not more than 1 hour. You can change, for example, 10 degrees of temperature. And gastronomy, culture, landscape in a small territory is completely different while you are traveling from the mountain to the sea. That's why I like to say that greenways and other cycling and walking routes are not only a path of mobility, are not only a way of mobility. This is the way to discover a completely different territory, discover different lands, discover the history, the cultural. But I imagine if you have had this masterclass with other greenways or other routes, that all of us says the same. While you are in a path cycling, you can discover the landscape in your own rhythm. Yes? Okay, and also Girona, especially during the 10 last years, has been a very, very popular destination for cycling because we have different types of routes. Not only greenways, for example, for families. Also, we have roads for cycling. Girona is very known for the North American cyclists because we have here we have a cycling community. Maybe you know Lance Armstrong was living in Girona years ago, and that's why Girona is so famous because we have several famous cyclists and groups of cycling living and training in Girona. Also, this has created a cyclist friendly culture with many coffees for cyclists, bike shops, tourism services, local guides, including maybe it's not good for me to say this, but I am going to tell you the truth, including Girona capital at the moment is we have too many cyclists in the city. In the city, maybe you have read, you know the word turismophobia. I don't know in English. Is tourism phobia?
In Italian, yes. Turismophobia. In Italian,
Turismophobia.
it's yes.
So
When local people don't want more tourists.
in Girona, local people don't want more cycling
Okay, more
people.
cycling.
Yes, more cycling people in the ancient part of Girona. And we work hard to move this community around the territory. So this is another goal of the greenways we manage, not to stay only in Girona and can move all around this territory. Okay? Well, we begin managing 110 kilometers of greenways, but 12 years ago, we had European fundings that with these fundings, we create this ring we call Pirinexus route. The green lines are our greenways. Also in 2008, we create these small pieces here and this here, but in 2013, we connect greenways with local cycling routes. We cross the Pyrenees in two parts, in Alampurdà, near close to the sea, and this in Ripollès area, and connecting with Eurovelo number 8, the Mediterranean route. Pirinexus was especially positive for the development of mountain areas. Pirinexus really helped us to connect the sea with the mountain. If the first 10 years we were connecting the mountain with the sea, because most of people is cycling from the mountain to the sea. You know, greenways are not hard routes, but it's better for families with children, for example. It's better not to climb. Climb? Is correct?
Yes. It's the
Yes.
slope is limited along the greenways.
Okay, you know the characteristics of greenways.
Yeah.
But in this year, Pirinexus was very, very special for us and for the development of all the territories. This is not greenways. So this was the first time that the consortium, that the name of the consortium is Girona Greenways Consortium. We start managing only greenways. But with Pirinexus, we have the possibility of this development of the inside routes and especially the mountain spaces. And it's very important because you can cycle from France to Girona, crossing the Pyrenees by bike. Not easy, of course. Not greenways conditions, of course. You need to cross the Pyrenees, but not very difficult and completely with a very good signalization. Yes. So you can choose different ways to cycle. This was a very important moment for us. And just a second. Okay, this is 100 kilometers, really 110 while we begin. 350 kilometers 10 years after with Pirinexus, transborder route, and now more than 500. Now we manage several type of routes. We have increased also greenways. Really now we have more than 200 kilometers of greenways. This is the actual map. The green line, this green line are greenways. You can see most of the greenways also connect with Pirinexus. The blue one is Pirinexus. Pirinexus in the part not of Greenway is only for cycling. This is not a pedestrian route because here you can find cars, but these are very small local routes, not big routes with fast speed cars. Okay, and we have now another typology, another type of routes, this other green that we call thematic routes. Here the characteristics is between a greenway and a cycling route. Some parts are disconnect, separate of the traffic as greenways, and some parts not. But also we do the maintenance of these routes. 505 kilometers now, but with the 4 millions you have seen in the first or second slide that we have this year of European fundings, we are preparing 18 actuations more, and we will continue increasing this network. The question is, every municipality ask the consortium to create a greenway or a cycling route or a mobility cycling route in the village or in the town. Now we are very selective because we think that if you have 3 kilometers here, for example, or everywhere, but disconnected of the network, this is not a goal for the territory. Greenways and also general cycling routes are all the territories desire the greenway because it's good for the health of the inhabitants. The inhabitants are the principal users of greenways and cycling routes. So this is very good for the health, for the economic development, for the tourism, also for the environment, but not, for example, 5 kilometers route without connecting with other routes. That's why we are working, for example, in Connect here, to have several small rings and not isolated paths. Okay, from here?
Yes, okay.
Yes. So the keywords that are important for us. We always talk about deseasonalization because years ago we had a lot of tourism in summer on the coast and a lot of tourism in winter on the mountains because we have ski stations in the Pyrenees. But now spring and autumn are the perfect seasons to walk and to cycling in this big network cycling route. So deseasonalization, we have talked of decentralization, not only having the tourism and the economic development in the coast and in the mountains, also in the inside villages. Value the historical heritage, the nature, the culture. That's why I told you that we have 5 different protected areas. So it's important for well, not only for us, it's important, I think, for the users to have the opportunity to discover these areas, not only with cars, of course, but also by car. But you can discover these several special places by bike. And economic development. The goal that all the municipalities are thinking for the first. That's why I'm going to give you numbers and, well, protection and value of the territory. A very important change we have done this year. Can you hear me? Because
Yes.
I see your internet connection is not stable. Okay.
No, it's okay. Go
It's all
on.
okay.
Don't worry.
We begin only with greenways, and in the name of the consortium, the word greenways is included. How can we do now if we manage not only greenways? While we celebrate our 20 aniversario, cumpleaños. Well,
Birthday, yes, birthday.
Yes,
20 years
birthday. Thank you very much. When we celebrate our 20th birthday, we decide to do some changes because we are known in all Europe and in Spain for our greenways, but also for Pirinexus route. And now we have, and it will be increasing other type of routes, especially routes for mobility also. So we changed the name. We continue being Girona Greenways Consortium. This we can't change, but we have adapt. Well, this is our merchandising. We have adapt a new umbrella. Just a second. Yes, a new umbrella brand to describe all the types of our routes. So now, excuse me, this is in Catalan. Now we manage greenways, thematic routes, Pirinexus, and local routes, especially for daily mobility. That's why we are going to change our website. During 20 years, our website has been viasverdes.cat, and now it will be ECOVIES de Girona.cat, right? Well, if you want to work marketing, this is a resume of the imaginary, the symbol G. It looks like a G of Girona. These leaves, you can imagine here a leaf, it's natural. Also a smiling face because you have fun, and it's difficult to find a person cycling angry. You see normally cycling people with a smiling face. Also movement, directional cycling, and E of ECOVIES. Now, the numbers. What is very interesting for the students. Everyone asks the consortium for the numbers, about the numbers. We have several counters, a system for counting users in the way. I think at this moment we begin 20 years before with 4 counters in only in the initial greenways, and now we have about 15, I think, in all the territory, also in the mountain, of course. And we have numbers every month, and we give the information of the numbers of the users twice a year, once in June and another in December. We give the information to all the municipalities that are members of the consortium, and also we publish this information in the website. If you consult Vias Verdes, now viasverdes.cat, you will see we have a part of studies. You consult studies, and you will see during many years the evolution of users and users. It's not the same, because maybe we can have 1,000,000 uses, but half of users. You know, many people is going and returning. These are 2 users for the counting system, but 1 user. So it's very important to think in this difference while you are seeing the numbers of the counting users. Okay, different users and users. I don't know if my pronunciation is very good, but here I put this R big for you to see.
Yes, it's clear. It is the difference between passages and people.
Of course, yes, people. Users are people. And the counters says us, this is not a very big difference. This date is not changing around all around the years. Always we have more people on foot and less people by bicycle. Why? Because the principal users of greenways are the inhabitants of the territory and many senior persons that go every day to walk for health and for connecting with other people also. So here you have several dates, several numbers. We have these counters. Also in 2018, we made a survey to the users of the greenways to know the economic impact. In this survey, 6 years ago, the quantity, the result was that greenways give to the territory about 3.5 million of euros. Now, in these 6 years, we have increased a lot this data. We repeat the surveys last year. These are the numbers. Near 800 territorial surveys in 4 languages. For the counters, we know the users and the users. And with the survey, we could know this. The profile. Most resident. This is the age of the medium of people, the frequency of use, why they are using the Greenway. You will have the presentation, so I'm not going to read all this data. Also, maybe you want to ask after, or if you want Giulio to ask now, no problem. Here we have the data for resident users and non-resident. People who's walking is most resident, and people who's cycling is most tourism. Okay, so non-resident. That's why here we have the data of users from France, from Catalonia, United Kingdom, rest of Spain, etc. And here you can see the numbers and the money, the global economic impact. For first time, we have looked for not only the impact of money, not only the economic impact, we have also count the impact on health and the impact on the environment. We have this study also in our web. You can consult because it's a very, very complete study. Now we have it in Catalan and in Spanish, but this month, this June, we want to translate and have it also in English, and we will publish the study in English in the website also, because there you can see all the method, how the person who do the study calculate the impact, what's the system of calculating the economic impact on health and economic impact also on environment. Okay, I am not specialist in this, and I don't know how to explain you, but this month you will have the complete study on our website. But here you can see the numbers. Economic activity, impact on economic activity. 6 years ago, 3.5 million, and now close to 7 million. So double economic impact. This is very important for inside territories and mountain territories, because on the coast we always have tourism, but now we can not only imagine that greenways and cycling and walking routes are good for the inside territories. No, no, no. It's not our imagination. It's not our perception. We know it. We have numbers. That's why I think it's very important to do studies every 4 or 5 years, because with these studies we can also calculate, we can also program our work in next 4 or 5 years. This is the impact on economic activity, the impact on the environment, near 70,000 euros, and very important, impact on health savings, near 2.5 million euros. For me, this data, the first time we have this data, is very, very important. So in total, in global economic impact, we can say that greenways and cycling routes in Girona has an economic impact of 9.5 million in the territory. I can imagine 9.5 million is a lot, is important. So that's why I wanted to give you this data. Consult the complete study because it's really, really, really interesting. We have a study not only about the money, also about the typology of users and users. And that's why with these data, we can program our work and we can program the development and the extending of the network. Am I on time? Yes. So here you have the comparison, the study 6 years ago and the study now. So you can see the difference. And the last slides, I think is important. The conclusions we can have with these studies and all the work we are doing with the counters, with the service, greenways and cycling paths, ECOVIES, now I must say ECOVIES, is good for the economic revitalization, also for job creation. Here in this presentation, in these slides, you don't have the numbers. In the study, we also, I think the number of job creation is about 120. 120 people is working only for greenways and cycling resources. 120 people. If we have not greenways and cycling routes, these people won't be working, okay? Also for promoting sustainable tourism. I can imagine every person in this master have talked about sustainable tourism is a very, very, very important goal. Active and sustainable mobility. Sometimes people think then we work only for tourism promotion. No, tourism promotion is important because tourism give this money to the territory, but the mobility is, we need to attend to the sustainable mobility at this moment. Also, you have seen a positive impact on public health. I am going to read this. An estimate annual health care saving of, we saw, 2.5 million. The greenways effectively contribute to disease prevention and improving the population's physical and mental well-being. Okay? Don't think only in physical conditions. We are the health is a complete, is global, is entire, holistic. We must think in holistic health. So, thinking greenways, thinking develop path for walking and cycling, thinking in holistic health, physical, but very, very, very important, mental well-being. And you can imagine, I am not talking about tourists here. I am talking about the inhabitants of this territory. It's a privilege to have this kind of path close to your house. I know you are studying of how this type of routes collaborate to develop the mountain areas. Maybe you focus in economy, but for me it's very important to say and to insist today, but that we have also think in the impact on public health. And for first time, we have numbers. Yes. And also reducing the ecological footprint and more. There are more advantage. Integration into residents' daily life. I told you that most of users are residents. Territorial cohesion and balance. We talk about the not centralized in big cities, not centralized in summer or winter. Conservation of cultural and landscape heritage. Now I'm going to return to the first slide and explain quickly about this, because we have a project called Secrets of the Greenways that allows the visitor to discover the cultural and landscape heritage, environmental education, and a replicable model. The consortium, the manager of the consortiums and also the technicians of the consortiums are obviously every year talking about our experience. And many people, for example, last week, a group of politics of Barcelona Deputation, that is the regional government of Barcelona, visit us to know our model, the model of the consortium, and to replicate this model, because they are creating this type of routes, a similar system in Barcelona province. So, in the last slide, I have wrote greenways and cycling routes and walking routes are much more than recreational infrastructure. They are backbone of value of the territory that integrates economy, health, and sustainability. And, oh, just a second. I want to, just a moment, because I want to talk about the first slides I haven't speak. Can you see the presentation?
Yes. No, we see. Yeah, but okay, now it's better.
Okay. So I told you the consortium has three purposes: maintenance, promotion, and extending the network. This is not usual here. That's why many times we need external fundings, because, for example, this was the result of a very, very, very big storm we had 5 years ago. So our ordinary fundings can't arrange this, including a bridge go down. Okay. Purposes of promotion. What I am doing now, for example, this is also promotion. Nationals and internationals, fairs, fifth trips, workshops, promotion materials, of course, maps, guides, leaflets, all the marketing online, internet, web, social network. But I want to, this is usual works, not as the other slide, usual works of maintenance, also signalization, very, very, very important for especially tourism, that a greenway or a path must be very good, with very good signals. And promotion tools. Well, we have a route planner now in the website. While you are going to viesverdes.cat, you will see in the home, you will see a route planner. But, for example, I was talking to you. We have a project called the Secrets of the Greenways. The municipalities, especially the municipalities of this inside part of Girona decide to present to the users, this is a tool for tourism, okay? While you are cycling, for example, in a greenway, and you arrive in one of these inside villages, you can, from the greenways, you can connect with a local secret. You can discover something not very known of the municipality. And this has been a very good way to attract this tourism in these inside municipalities, because they are not only villages you cross, they are villages you can visit with a special attractive. And this special attractive we call the secrets of the greenways. We have an application for free. You can download in the website for free, and you have you can play. So, for example, while you are planning the trip in the house, your children begin to discover with the mobile, discover the secret, and after you can plan with the app and also with the planner route. And another thing I want you to, for finishing, I want you to explain that these last years, the consortium has been working very hard, always in collaboration with the municipalities, with the local governments, in the public tourism services. For example, this is a charger. We have different types of chargers all around the 500 kilometers of the routes we manage. We have several chargers, and this is also a toolbox. Do you understand if I say a toolbox?
Yes. For repairing,
Exactly.
your
For
pump.
repairing your bike. We have in some villages only chargers, and we combine in other villages chargers and repair boxes for free. You put €1, but then you put €1 and this door is open, and when you close the door after repairing your bike, you recuperate the euro. That's why we look for external fundings, because with these external fundings we can do projects like this, and the machine is of the consortium, but we give the machine to all the municipalities and they must maintain the machine. But this collaboration with the local governments, I think, is very important. And this is for selfies. Here you can do a selfie with security. Okay, I think this is all I have prepared. Now I am open to question answers.
Okay, many thanks, Sílvia. Really, many thanks. I have several questions for you, but before I ask to my students if there is somebody that, yes, you can come here.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
I put this map. This is the complete map.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I wonder if you plan to put toilets on the route.
Excuse me?
I wonder if you plan to put toilets along the route.
No, we haven't planned this. We know it is important. That's why we are in contact with all the tourism offices. In Greenways, In greenways, not in all the cycling routes. Greenways are ancient railways, okay, in disused, and around about the 25 municipalities you cross while you are cycling a greenway. In every municipality, we have the old train station and the municipalities that are property of the municipality, okay? And most of the municipalities have restored these ancient old train stations, and most of them are tourism offices, and most of them have toilets. But this is a municipality project. No, we haven't planned.
Okay, many thanks.
Thank you.
Are there other questions? So I don't know if somebody at home have question. You can raise the hand and ask for speaking. In the meantime, I will ask you my question, Sílvia.
Okay.
So you explain about the difference between Greenways and Pirinexus. And we know, my students know very well because we spend a lot of time explaining the advantage to have an abandoned railway lines. One question for me is the average percentage of the route of the cycle routes on Pirinexus. So they are, do you have a lot of section very slope? So I don't know, 8-9%, or which is the situation in order to understand which type of users can use them?
Cyclists don't need to be especially experimented. Of course, yeah, when you want to cross the Pyrenees, you are crossing the Pyrenees, big
Yeah,
mountain.
but are you giving to tourists some information on the slope, on the slope of the route? You
We
can
give,
find.
yes, we give this information on the maps, and we also give this information on the website and on the route planner. In the route planner, you have all
You know.
the information.
Okay, because
Not in the signalization
yes,
of
of
the
course.
path, okay?
No, it's better to have before you go, because if
Yes,
I
of
plan to go
course.
there
Yes, of
and I am
course.
not able to do it, it's not a good thing to arrive there and then it being not able to
Of course,
cycle.
for example, in the website, Giulio, we have prepared practical proposals because, for example, I don't cycle this path, but I want to cycle all the rest. So we have intermodality plans.
Yeah.
We have
Okay.
planned, for example, in Girona, here you have a train station. Also here in Figueres, you have a big train station. So we have several proposals to combine train and all greenways, and all the part of Pirinexus is not difficult to cycle and not cross the Pyrenees.
Yeah, and you described us that you make a very good and wide program of surveying. So asking people, I suppose, and you stop people and you ask them some information. Do you have some numbers also for cyclists related to the percentage of people that has and use e-bikes instead of normal bikes?
Oh,
Among your users?
I don't know. I don't
You don't know.
know.
But you ask for this information?
I don't know if we have this
Okay.
information in the survey. I'm very sorry.
Because Pirinexus for us, it's a very good example for mountain regions, because if you have an older an abandoned railway lines, you know that you have very limited slopes, but you have to recover other type of routes. You can have also difficulties in reducing slope. But with e-bikes, you can use, I mean,
of course, and
other type of
I can say you that I have seen a very, very high increasing of e-bikes in Girona province, because always we are we are in front of the computer, but also we are in the road. And I have seen during these 5 last years, yes, it has been increasing a lot. But I don't know if we have this data on the web, because at the beginning you saw senior people using
Yeah.
e-bikes, but now you can see every age
Everybody.
using
Yes.
e-bikes. Yes.
Always another question related to the infrastructure. We have seen several photos that you show us with unpaved routes, so not with asphalt, but with dirty. Okay. Do you have a percentage? How many sections do you have of unpaved routes?
We have both system. In greenways, is most compact sand, because
Okay.
greenways in Girona greenways are not only unused infrastructures of trains.
Yeah.
Yes, the principal, the first ones, the 3 first ones, yes, but we have create greenways not of ancient roads. In Spain, you know, in all greenways are ancient railways, but not in Girona. In Girona, we connect with the Declaration of Lille. And this path, most natural paths, we prefer to maintain compact sand. The sensation when you are cycling in a greenway, for me, is better. But also is very expensive
To maintain.
for the maintenance.
Yes.
Very, very expensive. We all the money of the area of maintenance is for greenways, and the part you see in blue, only in blue, not the part that combines blue and green, this is asphalt, most asphalt,
Yeah.
because it was that these local roads exist. We have connected in a network with services and with complete signalization. So I can say we have about more or less 40% compact sand and
Yeah.
60% asphalt.
Do you have any, because it's also what we say here during the course, no, that especially in natural areas, it's a good thing if you can maintain a sort of more natural pavement. But do you have any feedback from the users, especially cyclists that I mean cycle for a lot of kilometers during the day respect to this type of payment, so they agree, they are happy anyway, or they say, oh, it's a bad thing to have not asphalt, something like that? Do you have some feedback on these characteristics?
Years ago, while we begin the project of Pirinexus, and in some parts of greenways that is very difficult to maintain all year the good in good conditions the path. For example, in mountain routes, here you have more rain and more snow. So, for example,
Yeah.
this greenway is not with compact sand. It's with we have a combination of asphalt and sand. I don't know how to say this name in English. We combine
Don't worry, there's no
sand
problem. It's
with
only
asphalt, and this is better for the maintenance.
yes.
And the first years we begin to work with this combine of sand and asphalt. People living close to the greenway didn't want it.
Yes.
Now, while they have been used, they are happy. But at the first moment, but the resistance was with the inhabitants of the
Yeah.
territory, not of the visitors.
And cycle tourists, do you have some feedback from cycle tourists? So people that cycle 30, 40 kilometers a day? No.
No, I
No.
think they are okay. Now, for
Okay.
example, people who's coming to do Pirinexus, the principal type of bicycle they use is a gravel bicycle.
Yes.
And you know, with a gravel, you can cycle perfectly in asphalt or in compact sand.
Yes. And the last question from my side is related to the role and the activity of a consortium. So the question is to better understand in which way you work, in which way you function, because, you know, some of our students can be in the future the people that will manage local communities and local authorities, and they probably will engage in improving this type of activities. So one of the
Lovely, I
questions is
encourage them.
where you come from the money, the ordinary budget. They come from a sort of how to say, fees that every municipality
Yes,
give to the
yes,
consortium.
exactly.
In which way it is, I don't know, calculated. And also you have autonomy in deciding, for example, to put a big part of your budget in only one situation, or do you, I mean, you are obliged in some way to spread everywhere your budget? Question like this one, in order to better understand in which way the consortium works.
Perfect, perfect. In this first slide, we have the information. We are a consortium is a congregation, an association of all the municipalities of the route that pay us a quote every year. And
Okay.
because the route is local, the property of the route is from the municipality. They pay us because they want us to manage the route and make the maintenance and the promotion.
And the fee is
The fee depends.
related to the number of kilometers?
Yes, we have a special combination is number of kilometers, number of inhabitants, and budget, annual budget of the municipality. Yes, because for example, Girona has not many kilometers. We have territory, maybe you know, the insiders, for example, where I have told you that we have several volcanoes, the natural protected areas, you have one municipality with a very extended landscape, but very few inhabitants.
Yes,
and
yes,
a
I understand.
small budget of the municipality. So we calculate, of course, Girona has less kilometers of route, but pay more than these small routes. And the municipalities, the global of the money of the municipalities is a 40% of the ordinary funding. And we have a pact with the Deputation of Girona, that is Girona Province Government. If we increase this 40%, because, for example, this year, 5 municipalities has came to the consortium, if we increase this 40%, also Girona Province Government increase the 60%.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the ordinary funding.
And you have autonomy, you use a consortium where to spend the money. Also, for example, you can spend, you concentrate in a specific or important measures somewhere also, even if, I mean, it is only in one municipality or in a special location.
That's why we have 2 or 3 assemblies a year, and we have 4 or 5
steering committee,
executive committee. So we decide with the with the members.
Okay. The last question, Sílvia, is related to the partnership that you have because you act as a local, I mean, a public authority, because you are an association of local authorities, so you are a sort of public body.
Yes.
but you have also a local, a lot of local private companies, usually small or medium enterprises that probably are involved in the process because a lot of services along the routes are made by private people. So which is the partnership that you have with them, which type of relationship you build with them?
Perfect. Yes. The consortium also is very important, the collaboration, public, private. While we begin, we create a club of tourism services. Here in this slide, you will see the evolution. We begin only with 8 companies. Tourism services are accommodation, restaurants, services for rental bikes, and transfers. Okay, so we create a club of economic agents, we say, so tourism services, and from our beginning to 4 years ago, they pay a fee, a quote is a fee,
Yeah.
consortium, a small fee, because we made the promotion. And for example, if I organize a press trip, of course, I will contract the bikes and or the accommodations or the services I need to this, to the members of this club. Also, the fees is not the same if you are an accommodation with 4 rooms because you
Yeah.
are rural
Small.
or a hotel with 50 rooms. You pay more if you are a hotel of 50 rooms than if you are a house of 4
But
rooms. Okay?
the 30,000 euros of quote, it's by
Yes, a
it's the
year.
total or each company?
No. This was the total. This
Okay.
number is the total of last year that we
Okay.
managed this club. We have about
Because you told you told it is a small fee and it seems a lot of money, but it is
Yes.
the sum, it is the
But
total,
this-
not each
but
each
it's the total. It's
company.
the total.
Okay.
You see, in 4 years ago, we have about 100 companies associated
Yeah.
to this club. These
Okay.
100 companies with different fees
Yes.
is the about 30,000
Yeah.
euros a year. Now
Okay.
we have not this club, but it hasn't disappeared. Now the tourism board of Girona province is managing this this club of tourism services. But
So
initially,
you don't take more this money, but
no.
the money goes to the Girona
Yes,
Patrona del Turismo.
yes.
Okay. But it's a pity.
No, because we continue working with them. And for example, in the
Yes,
route
but
plan-
they are mixed with the other type of touristic companies. For example, people that I mean host along the seaside. For example, it was typical of services a company along a greenway, but the province has other types of tourism, for course. So it's not specific for users of greenways or Pirinexus.
No, I don't understand this part.
So
Why is it
I
pity?
suppose that the Patronat de Turismo of Girona
Mhm.
manage the promotion of all the tourism companies
Yes.
that are related to tourism, but not only the ones that are related to greenways.
Yes, because
All
they
the
yeah, no, just a second. They have several clubs. The tourism board has the club, for example, of snow, the club
okay,
of beach, and a special club of tourism for nature. And all of these members are in the club of natural tourism.
Okay.
And
I
they
understand.
made promotion, they made special promotions. They have more money than us to make promotion.
Yes.
The principal part of our budget is for maintenance, and the tourism board do only promotion of the territory. So they have more money to go to big fairs. For example, we never travel to United States to make promotion. The tourism board
There
is
you go.
going to United States and it's going
Yes.
to Asia, for example.
Yes, yes, I know, for example, that you come in Italy to promote your
Yes.
system. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Sílvia, many thanks.
Follow.
I would like to organize a technical visit to you next year with my students. I hope to succeed. We will not know a lot of people, but to stay there 3 or 4 days to cycle with the students in order to better understand. And
you will be love of Girona.
Yes.
Girona.
I know. Many thanks again, Sílvia. We are waiting for your slides. And of course, if there are some other questions for you from the students or for other people, we will keep in touch and I will send to you the email of request. And then see you in Bilbao in October. Okay?
Yes, in Bilbao. And send me the link of where you have this presentation.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thanks to all.
Thank you again, Sílvia. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.